All right, welcome back. So in this video, we're going to talk about save for web. So let's say that you have a document here that you want to save for the web. So I'm going to do File, Export, Save for Web, or you can do Alt-Shift-Control-S, which I do all the time. So Alt-Shift-Control-S, give you the same options, and you can zoom out here if you click on the zoom tool or hit Z, and then hold Alt and zoom out. And then what you can do is you can select a preset right here, and you can do GIF 128 dithered, 128 no dither, 32 dithered, GIF 32 no dither, 64 dithered, 64 no dither, GIF restrictive, JPEG high, JPEG low, JPEG medium, PNG 24, or PNG 8, 128 dithered. So what I normally do is PNG 24. What it's going to do is it's going to show you how big the file is. So right here, 10.21 kilobytes, okay? And this is the load time, 3 seconds at 56.6 kilobytes per second. Okay, so you can update that. So if it was 2 megabytes per second, it would take 1 second to load this file. Okay, so that's how you optimize for the web. Now you can do GIF. It's going to be 5.276 kilobytes. We can do JPEG, which is going to be way bigger, 38.07. So you don't want to, in theory, ever use JPEG on the web if you can help it, especially on your own website. Now, if it's a platform that you're uploading to, they'll optimize the image for their site, so it's okay for that. PNG 8 is 4.47. PNG 24 is 10. And then WBMP is 385 kilobytes. So like I said, the best bet here is PNG 24. So if I hit save, and we'll call this Untitled 2, and hit save. Oops, I hit cancel. So let's try that again. Untitled 2, let's hit save. Okay, there you go. So now if I minimize Photoshop and go to Untitled 2, right click and go to Properties, we can check out the details here. It's untitled2.png, and the file size is 11 kilobytes. So that's perfect because it's a very small file that can be easily optimized for the web. So it will load really fast. So I'm going to do File Save to save our PSD. And so if we wanted to do the same for a JPEG, let's say, then we would just go to JPEG, and it automatically has a preset here, so you can set it to low, you can set it to high, you can set it to medium, or you can just adjust here, which is what I like to do. You could do high, but again, it's 38.07 kilobytes. So at 2 megabytes per second, it's 1 second. So the internet speeds are getting better, obviously. So even if you use a larger file size, you can get away with it as long as you have a faster internet connection. The quality is only 60%, so if I do 100%, you'll see how much the file goes up. Yeah. So the load time is still 1 second, so we can save this, and we'll do Untitled 3 and save it. And then let's do the keyboard shortcut, Alt-Control-Shift-S, and then for the GIF, okay, colors, transparency, I'm going to hit save. We'll do Untitled 4, and then I'll minimize this. Hit Control S first to save, and then minimize. And so what I want you to do is right click on Untitled 3, go to Properties, and we're going to look at the details here. So this is the dimensions. If I go down here, we can see it's a JPEG, and then the file size. So it's 39.3 kilobytes. And with 2 megabytes per second internet speed, this only takes a second to load. But remember, when you're on the web, you have to consider the masses. So if you only have, a modem or 56 kilobytes per second modem ISDN, then it's going to take 2 seconds for that. So that's something to always consider when you're doing web stuff, that some people are not going to, they're not all going to have the same experience, because not everybody has 2 megabytes per second or 100 megs per second or whatever. I mean, the internet speeds now are ridiculously fast, so you should be fine. All right. So I'll save one more here. So we'll save a GIF. Okay, I'm going to hit cancel because we already did that. So let's minimize this and then go to Untitled 4, right click on that and go to Properties. And there's our GIF. Okay, so you can see the file size here. It's 6.38 kilobytes, which is fine. If you go to the PNG, which is Untitled 2, this is 11 kilobytes. All right, and that was the 24 version of PNG. Now, if I do the 8, let's see what that does. Okay, so that's only 6. So if I hit save and let's do Untitled 1-1. Okay, and then minimize this. Let's save first and then minimize. So if I right click on Untitled 1-1 and go to Details, it's 7.34 kilobytes. Okay, and if I hit cancel, go back into here, into Photoshop, and do export, save for web, you can see it's 2 seconds. So it's a lower file format, like it's PNG 8 instead of 24. But this is really so that you can optimize it for everybody. You know, it still takes 2 seconds. But if I add this to, if I add 24, it adds a second to it. Okay? So you want to create the smallest files you possibly can with the web, because you're dealing with so many different connections. All right, so I'm going to hit cancel, and there you go. So that's how you work with Save for Web. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.